Hello everyone, welcome back to another informative video. In this video, I'm showing you just a very simple layout of how the mint beds or the mint rows or the mint vertical system would be structured in a 3,000 square feet greenhouse. And what I want you to also bear in mind is, remember the previous calculation in terms of the yield for the 3,000 square feet uh, greenhouse. That yield was basically wrong, as I told you in a previous video, right? Just to kind of refresh your memory, the previous weight of one bag we said we used 12 grams, and it was well over 12 grams. It was basically 65 grams. So the entire calculation for that, and we came up with what, 100 pounds for the 3,000 square feet, which was basically wrong. So I'm just here now presenting to you just a kind of a diagram to show you the amount of beds and the yield and so on. So let's get into it. So um so this here is basically the width of the greenhouse, right? So the width is basically 30 feet, and the length is going to be 100 feet. So if you want to ensure that you make use of 3,000 square feet, right? Remember that, or if you want 3,000 square feet to be all in production, you have to ensure that you, as I said in a previous video, leave one. If you say you leave 3 feet above this end of the bed and 3 feet down at this end, so that would be 6 feet. So in total, you would want to make the length of the greenhouse at least 106 feet instead of 100, because if you make it to be 100 only, you're basically going to have to take 6 feet, 3 from one end, 3 from the other end, and that would basically leave you with 94 feet. 94 feet to basically make the bed. So you would basically have a bed that measures 94 feet instead of 100. So as I'm saying, ensure that just add on another 6 feet to the 100 to make it 106 feet, and then you will get a bed that is 100 feet in length. So let's get into it. Remember, in the previous video too, we said that you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds, right? In a 30 feet width greenhouse, right? 30 feet by 100. And let's just reference 106, since as that is what I'm telling you to do. So 30 by 106 feet. So yes, you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds. This is basically WW is basically walkway. So we have the first walkway at this end of the greenhouse, and we are talking about the width. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walkways, right? 6 walkways facilitating 5 beds, right? And remember, we said that we'll make the walkways at least 2 feet, right? At least 2 feet in width, right? Now, for each bed with the vertical system that I showed you, each bed will basically give you 750 bags of mint, right? 750 bags of mint. And right here is basically the total amount of bags for the 5 beds, which is 370 bags of mint for the 5 beds. And then now, the weight of one bag, as you see here, the weight of one bag is 65 grams, right? And not 12. Remember, we used 12 earlier in an earlier video, and that was wrong. So it's actually 65 grams. Now, when you multiply 350 bags by 65 grams, we get 243,750 grams and this is for the 3,000 square feet greenhouse. And then now that's 243,750 grams. And then if you want to convert that to pounds, you divide that by 454 grams, as 454 grams give you a pound, and then you basically get 536.89 pounds. If you want to round it off to 537 pounds. So hence I have 537 pounds here. So for the 3,000 square feet, we'll basically get 537 pounds compared to the 100 pounds that I had told you in an earlier video, right? So um right, so 537 pounds per 3,000 square feet greenhouse. So as you can see, it is more than double the amount that I told you, because I told you it was 100 pounds. So as you can see, you will get quite a good amount of mint out of a 3,000 square feet greenhouse. I remember mint is not heavy, right? So to get over 500 pounds of mint, out of your greenhouse, and it's not like it's 500 pounds, 530 over 500 pounds, and then the crop die. No, the mint is going to continuously grow. So what you have to understand is this 537 pounds is basically from all the 5 beds, right, or 5 vertical system. So when you say, for example, you plant all of them one time, right, because you know that, okay, then the mint is going to grow for a long period of time. So you don't necessarily have to plant them in stage, right? You don't necessarily have to plant them in stage. If anything, what you can do is build another greenhouse, right, that you can basically um kind of do it in stages, right? So when you basically terminate this crop, because it will come a time when you need to plant a new stock and so on. So when you terminate this one, the other greenhouse now would basically almost getting ready to be harvested. So um from when if you plant all these this if you plant this greenhouse, all this 3,000 square feet greenhouse one time, you basically the mint will grow, and you get uh at least over 500 pounds. So at least 500 pounds of mint your first cut, right? So what you do now is you basically allow the mint to grow back a decent flush of vegetation, right? Grow back a decent flush of vegetation, and then you can cut another 537 pounds. That's how it works, right? So it's not like you're going to cut 537 pounds or 500 pounds no, and then you can't cut it again. No. Based on your management practices and how you take care of a plant, you might even reap more. So this over 500 pounds, it's relative to how you manage your crop. So you can get less or you can get more. But this is basically an estimated yield for the 3,000 square feet that you can kind of have in the back of your mind to say, okay, then this is what I can get, but I can get more, or I can get less. So also bear in mind that I am using a 65 grams right here, 65 grams per bag, right? So if you are using a bigger bag, then you know that um the amount of bags per bed is going to basically reduce, right? So, and then this is dependent on your market. And the thing is, you can use these figures to basically use as a reference, because even if you use bigger bags, I mean, you could still work out based on the size of the bag. You could still use these figures that you have here to work out how many bags you would basically end up with, and so on. So but just bear in mind the figures that I use. I use 65 grams per bag, right? And it's basically 750 bags per bed. And for the 3,000 square feet, it's 3,750 bags. So, and it's 500, over 500 pounds, 537 to be exact, pounds per 3,000 square feet greenhouse. And remember that there's some amount of estimation in this, right? So, as I said, you can get um, more, you can get less. The figure is relative to management practices and environmental conditions and so on. So, yeah, if you have any questions, any comments, right, please put them in the comments area. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and let us just learn together. Bye bye.